I got something really cool. I got a high, like a high 50s, low 60s signal underneath a bunch of roots down in there. Hey, welcome back to Dirty Digs. I just wanted to do a little intro letting you know about this property that we're at in this video. It's the same property that we got 3 George Washington Inaugural buttons, and this is 2 following hunts that we went to after combined into one episode. Right now we got all this snow, so you're seeing a lot of the older footage that I haven't put out yet because there's a good probably 1.5 feet of snow out there in the woods. So, and on top of that, I'll switch you around. I'm not going to be doing any digging anyway. I got a couple torn ligaments in my ankle that I've been dealing with since December. But yeah, this hunt we got quite a few relics, a lot of buttons, some buckles, and one really nice find that you'll see at the end there. I love finding them. But yeah, hope you enjoy. Welcome back to Dirty Digs, guys. We're back at the GW farm. Is the beautiful field that we tend to focus in the most, because right where I'm standing somewhere, there was a home that was demolished somewhere in the, I believe the story is like somewhere in the late 1800s. And we found some things like dating back to early 1700s, late 1600s, and this is the same spot where we found 3 GW buttons. Well, 2 out of 3 of them. The other one was on the other side of the farm. Jim already found a tomback, and I'll show you my 2 finds so far. I had to go back and get the phone in the car. My first one was a nice low tone. It was like 22, and a nice little ball button. I don't see anything on it right now. But then we found a few of these ones. This was a 50 tone, and it's a very deep domed convex button with a flower pattern on top, I believe it is. Yeah, we found at least 3 or 4 of these in here, right in the same area, within a 75 to 100 foot radius probably. These are really neat though. Very intricate, very old. There's no back mark of any kind. Very cool. Alright, got a nice mid to high 50 tone, and only about 4 inches down. And I got the first buckle for the day. It's a D buckle. It's that type that has it raised right there. No telling how old it is. Well, for me at least. I'm sure some of those people who know buckles well would be able to date it, but still, always good to find them. Alright, I just got a high 50s, low 60s signal, which is where that GWs came in at. And it's a big dandy. Let's see when we turn it over. Alright, we found these here before. It's almost like just concentric circles in the middle. You can almost see it. And it's just like a center ring, an outer ring that's a little bit fancier. You can almost make it out there. Let me see if I can clean it off a little bit. These are in pretty bad shape usually. Yeah, you can't really see too much. And then it's got some nice pattern going around the edge usually. This one's in pretty rough shape. But not a GW. Too bad. We'll keep trying. Alright, I just got a mid-30 signal. We got another button. See a good amount of fancy on that edge. It was like there was a wreath around the center circle or something. I think that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, definitely was a fancy one at some point. It's pretty beat up now, but nice. Full shank. Very cool. I got a little bit more detail off of it. So yeah, it definitely had like something going around that circle. I can't tell if anything is in the center of that circle or not. And then it seems to be like some sort of basket weave or crosshatch kind of thing in the background with like almost a wreath going around that. Very interesting. I don't see any back mark that I can tell, but definitely a neat little button.
Spanish ones?
We got a very faint, deep high tone, and we're gonna see if we can do the live dig curse. But I have a feeling this is probably gonna be some sort of coin, based off the way it sounded. Yeah.
Wow, that's sharp, huh?
Yeah, careful. All right. Somewhere down there still. Careful with that thing.
Box knob?
Yep. Those are the ones that always fool me. They sound so good. It's just a nice chunk of brass. They always ring up in the high 80s right there next to coppers. And again, curse of the live dig. Alright, I just got like a mid to high 20 signal. And I got a nice flattened out spoon. And on there it says like Robinson and Son silver plate. So, used to be silver plated at some point. I don't think there's any of it left. Oh, maybe a tiny bit right there. I can see it shimmering. But that's about it. Yeah, still pretty cool. Jim just called me over. He thinks he has find of the day. Oh, the innards to a shoe buckle. The chafe and tongue. Very cool. Nice. Sweet. Welcome back to the Find of the Week segment. This week we have Wesley Anderson and his clipped King Henry VIII hammered silver coin that dates 1509 to 1547. That is incredible. Most amazing thing about this is that it was found in Virginia, USA. I only know of one other person who has dug an English hammered silver coin over here in the US, and that is my buddy Kevin Mitchell. Here's a photo of him with the one he found in Massachusetts. But back to Wesley. As I said, he found this in Virginia. He was swinging the Deus 2, and it came up as a solid VDI of 62. And he dug it up about 5 inches down. If you want to see Wesley dig this up, there will be a pinned comment posted with the link to his YouTube channel and the video of him finding it below the video. Again, congratulations, Wesley. It's such a rare and amazing find. Congratulations. Hey everybody, welcome back to Dirty Digs, and today it's me and Jim. Jim's all the way down at the end of the field over there, and that's where we parked the truck. And we got this field like right off here. It's a private permission, but some really great stuff between this field and through those woods. There's a whole entire farm over on that side, and this is part of the property. And yeah, we're gonna be hitting those fields today too, probably. So I'll keep you posted with what we find. And I just got my first high tone, and it just turns out to be some horse tack. But the first actual desirable thing, I guess. Very nice. Alright, I just got a nice 71, 72 signal, very repeatable, and it was only maybe 3 inches. And another buckle. So far, 2 good diggable signals, and both of them are buckles. So this is most likely horse tack again. It's kind of small, but. And then Jim, he just walked up to me and he found a cool little cuff button. And you can tell by it's got a back mark. So most likely, yeah, see. Most likely it's going to be like 1830s or newer. But yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's see what else we can find. Alright, I just got like a nice 40s, 50s signal. And some sort of something that would go on to horse tack, I believe. Or at least into leather. This post looks like they'd go right into leather. It's kind of like some sort of saddle adornment or something along those lines. If anybody knows exactly, please put it in the comments, because I don't know what to call it, but I think I have an idea what it is. We'll see. Alright, well, there was a can sitting over here on the surface, and I kicked it off to the side, and there was a signal underneath, and it was only 3 inches. And it looks like a fancy little button or something, but I have no idea what that round thing would be. And it has this weird little lip. So I'm not 100% sure that it is a button. I mean, not button, buckle. I'm not 100% sure. Could have been a cap to something. But yeah, that round part at the top is throwing me off. Yeah, rang up it was like a nice little 25 to 27 signal. Well, it's been a long, unproductive day so far. We moved from that field that I originally found a few buckles in. We moved from there. We went to another permission we had that was right next door to that. And it's about 90 degrees out. It's tough out here, and like extremely humid. But I found a couple cellar holes nearby, and we're on our way out to one of them. And as soon as we stepped off the car path, and it's kind of in line with the old road that used to head out to the cellar hole, got a nice deep signal, probably about 8 inches, I'd say. We got a little cuff button. It's my first button for the day, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Nothing on the front of it that I can see. It looks like, based off the shank and stuff, we're talking about at least mid-1800s. So, alright, we'll show you what else we find. Alright, I finally found the cellar. You're not going to be able to see it at all. It's all overgrown and in the middle of that. But there's swingable areas around it. So we're going to concentrate on those. I just got a nice 22 signal, and it's actually a decent sized tomback. So that's going to put us early 18 into the 1700s. So that's pretty cool. So hopefully we keep finding older and older. I would really like to find a nice button today. Jim just told me he found something cool. Let's see what it is.
Oh, so I busted that off of it. Went like that. See how it's bent?
Yeah, I think I see a shank mark in the middle. So I think that's going to be a button that's all bent up. We'll give it a little clean and then we'll get back to you. All right, we gave it a little clean up and he got a 4-hole button. Looks like it's made out of like some sort of lead pewter or something like that. Pretty brittle.
Oh, yeah.
But you can just make out the 4 holes where they would have been. It's pretty neat. You don't find those too often. It's got a great sounding high tone. And it was only, I don't know, it was underneath about 5 different roots, but it was like probably 4 or 5 inches. It's because it was a big giant buckle. My third or fourth buckle for the day, I believe. Nice. And then at the same time, I called him over to check it out. And right before that, he just dug another signal.
Just a plain one, right? Pretty thin, though.
Yeah, it's pretty thin. Is there anything on the front of that? I kind of think I see something, but I could be wrong. Huh. I'm going to try cleaning this up and I'll get back to you. Well, I guess I was seeing things. I don't think there's anything on there. There might be a little ring around the edge, but that's about it, I think. Still, nice find. Well, I got something really cool. I got a high, like a high 50s, low 60s signal underneath a bunch of roots down in there. It's good 6 or 7 inches. And I got myself a shoe buckle, or the frame of one. It looks to be iron. Although I've had some that were encrusted like this and then cleaned them all off and they were something else underneath, like tomback or something. But this is definitely going to be iron, I believe. But still, it's a really cool find. Somebody missed that tone. If there's anyone that's been here, there have been a few high tones, so if someone's already done this one, then it wasn't done very efficiently. But yeah, very cool. Love finding shoe buckles. Well, I gave it a nice little rub down on the front, and it does have some fancy on it. Like I said, I don't know if that's iron or not, or if it was just a mixed composition with iron, or yeah, that's really fancy and nice. And that's what it looked like before I started rubbing it. And I didn't even take like a toothpick or anything. I just rubbed it with my glove. So, very cool. Well, I just swung the hole before I closed it back up, and there was another signal in there, and I figured I'd go for it. It was iron signal, and there's the innards to that shoe buckle, so that's really cool. I got everything in there. And I broke that piece off as I was pulling it out. So that little piece of the fork that would have been there is broken off somewhere in there. But very cool. So I got a complete shoe buckle out of that.